Hi everyone, it's Anne here from anneshappystampers.co.uk and I'm back with another tutorial, and I hope you've all had a lovely Christmas. And it's, what day is it for me today? Yeah, it's Boxing Day here, so but this video will be going out on Wednesday. Yeah, so what we're going to make is this card because it's my mum's birthday on Thursday and I wanted to make her something special, like a special card, and she doesn't have a computer or the internet or anything, so I know she won't see this, but when you open it up it's a beautiful pop-up book card, and they've been done before, you know, quite a few times. I got this tutorial from Deb Valder, which she's an American demonstrator, but I don't actually know if she works with Stampin' Up anymore. So yeah, that's what we're going to make. But I made one of these a few months ago for a friend's birthday and I just forgot to record a tutorial for it, so that's what we're going to do today. So you do need quite a lot of pieces of card, so I think what I'm just going to do is just go through them as we get there. Okay, so the first two pieces you're going to need for your card is, I've got Whisper White and Island Indigo, and the Whisper White measures 6 by 12 inches, so you will need a 12 by 12 piece, and the Island Indigo measures 5.5 by 11.5. Okay, so we don't need to do, yeah we do, we need to score our Whisper White at 6 inches, so just straight down the middle. So score this at 6 inches on the long side, and that will be our, you know, that will be our card base. So that's that done. And then take your Island Indigo, which is my 5.5 by 11.5. I hope you can see this. Yeah, you can. So what you need to do for this is put it in on the short side, okay? And you need to line it up with the 3/4 of an inch mark on the right hand side, okay? That's the easiest, I think, to do it. And then you want to take your cutting blade. Now what you want to do is, this trimmer is in centimetres, okay, so I need to cut it from 4.5 centimetres to 24.7, okay, so I'm going to line it up at 4.5 centimetres, which is there, and I'm going to cut it down to 24.7 centimetres, which is roughly there. Okay, so I've got that, and I'm just going to flip it over, line it up at 3/4 of an inch, and I'm going to do the same again. So 4.5 and cut down to 24.7 centimetres. Now this looks hard, you might think it's hard, but honestly it's not. Now in inches, if your cutting track is in inches, I hope I've wrote this down, I haven't, I'm gonna have, they'll be on my blog, no it is, it's 1 3/4 inches, so you, if this is in inches, you would cut from 1 3/4 inches to 9 3/4 inches on both sides, okay? So now we need to score it, so we don't need our cutting blade anymore. So what we need to do is line it up on the long side and line it up at 3 3/4 inches, okay? And then what you need to do is you need to score just the bottom and just the top, okay? So, whoops, that's cut. Oh, no, never mind, I think we might be able to get away with it. So 4 3/4, we're just going to score, not cut, and we're going to do the same on the top, we're going to score. Okay, So that's what you should have, 2 little marks there. Not a cut like that bit, but yeah, 2 scores. So that was at 3 3/4 inches. Now we are going to go to 5 3/4 inches. And we're going to score the top to the bottom, so the whole thing, so from the top all the way down, okay? Then we're going to move over to 7 3/4 inches, and we're going to do just the bottom and the top again. So the bottom and the top, okay? Now we are going to go to 1 3/4 inches, okay, which is here, and we are going to score just the middle, okay? So line it up, and we're going to score just the middle, okay? Then we're going to go to 2 1/2 inches, and we're going to do just the middle again, okay? Then we're going to go to 9 inches, okay, 9, and we're going to do just the middle again, okay? Then we're going to go to 9 3/4 and just the middle again. So that is what you should end up with, okay? And that's all the scoring done for that. So what I want to do now is scrap piece of paper. Just on the outsides of here, I want to stamp some little patterns, and I'm just going to use Island Indigo, so it will be tone on tone. I'm using 3 stamp sets for this project. I'm using Blooms and Wishes, Fallen Flowers, and Birthday Blooms. I'm just using the sentiment from there. Okay, so let's get sorted here. So I've got some stamps mounted from Fallen Flowers, and I'm just going to get my Island Indigo, and like I say, I'm just going to do tone on tone. Just ink this up, and I'm just going to start with this leaf. Okay, I'm just going to turn it round different ways. Okay, I think that's looking really, really pretty. There we go. I'm just going to clean this stamp off. Okay, and then now I'm going to take this little flower from the same stamp set, and I'm just going to ink it up, and I'm just going to randomly stamp it in some of the little spaces. Okay, so I think I'm quite happy with that one. Just clean this off again. And then I've also got another little flower from the same stamp set. And again, I'm just going to fill in some little gaps with this little flower here. And yeah, I think I am quite happy with that because I don't want it to look too full. So yeah, I'll stamp that off there. Okay, so I think that looks really, really pretty. Now, what we're going to do now is move on to the front of our card. So what I've got is a piece of Island Indigo and Whisper White, and this is for the front of the card. Okay, so they measure, let's have a look here. Yeah, we've got a piece which is 5 5/8 by 5 5/8 and 5 7/8 by 5 7/8, and they're just going to layer onto there like that. Okay, but what I want to do with this Whisper White is I've got this curvy corner punch. Now it's retired because I got it off the clearance rack, but I've got it so, you know, I'm going to use it. I mean, you might have you might have it anyway, or you might have something similar. And this is just to give it, you know, a bit extra. Such a pretty punch. Okay, so that's the front of my card done. And what I want to do now, before I layer it on, is stamp just a background, really, my own background. So I think for that I'm going to use probably blooms and wishes. Maybe it's a combination of them both, I'm not sure yet. So I've got Island Indigo again, and I'm just going to stamp just randomly some of these flowers. Okay, and then I'm also going to do some in mint macaron as well, because that's mainly the two colours that I'm using. Just clean this off. So I'm going to do mint macaron as well. Okay, so I think that's enough for the big flowers. And then I'm going to take this little flower here, and again I think I'm going to just do mint macaron and Island Indigo. Okay, clean that off again. And then I'm going to do some mint macaron as well. Okay, and then I've got this little shape. I'm also going to do some of this just dabbed around in the little gaps. Clean that off and we'll do mint macaron as well. Okay, and then I've got some of the little leaves mounted as well from Blooms and Wishes, and I'm just going to stamp some of them just coming out of the flowers. Right, I've stamped all of this now. Sorry about that, but my camera ran out, so I've just done a combination of the Island Indigo and mint macaron, and I think that looks really pretty. So I'm going to glue this onto our Island Indigo. I'm just going to use some tombow. Okay, just get that in the middle. Definitely looks really pretty. And then we are going to glue this onto our Whisper White card base, which there just is a little border around as well. So again, we'll just glue that on with some tombow. Okay, let's get that on there. Straight would help. Oh, honestly, what am I doing with this? Okay, that's on there. So that's our card base done. So we've already stamped this and we're just going to fill in the inside. So I've got two little pieces of Whisper White and they are going to get stuck onto the sides here. And they measure 3 3/4 by 5/8 of an inch, and I'm just going to glue those in place. Okay, and then the other one. Just like that, and then we also have 2 pieces of mint macaron and we have 2 pieces of Whisper White. Now I've already gone ahead and stamped one of them just to save some time, so they're going to lay it onto there, okay, and that one is going to go there, and then this one I'm going to stamp a sentiment and maybe a couple of little flowers as well, and that's going to lay it on to that side. So the mint macaron measures 3 by 3 3/4, and the Whisper White is 2 7/8 by 3 5/8. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll stamp our little piece of Whisper White. So I've got the happy birthday, happiest of birthdays to you, and that is from Birthday Blooms. And I'm going to stamp that with Island Indigo. So that is going to go quite near the top, I think. Okay, and then, oh, I think I might need that actually. What I'm going to do is just stamp some of the, just some little flowers. Clean, yeah, it's got mint macaron, and you know, just some little random flowers, I think. And then maybe this little blue one. And maybe we could stamp some little leaves as well. Without sticking your fingers in it, that is. Okay, so I think I will leave it at that, and that's going to go on the inside. Oops, I'm just getting absolutely covered in ink. Right, so we need our glue. So we'll glue the Whisper White onto the mint macaron. There should just be a little border around the sides there. Oops. Okay, and that is going to get glued onto the inside of the card. The same with this piece as well. And then what we'll do now is we'll get this folded into the shape we need, and then we can stick this on the inside of our card. Excuse me. So take your bone folder and let's see, what we need to do is So first off, the middle is going to go up like this, so fold the middle, okay. Then the sides, this one here is going to be a mountain, okay, and then, is that right, a valley I believe. Same with this one, a mountain, excuse me, then a valley. Is that right? I'm going to stand that one up there so I can see. I think that's right, yeah, because they'll come this way. That's it. And then these ones, this one will be a valley, that one is a mountain, that one is a valley. So valley, mountain and valley, yeah. So that's what you should have, okay. And then turn it over, and I've got some double-sided tape, and what you need to do is pop it, put a piece down the side here, just like that, then a piece to this first score line here, same along here, turn it over and do the same piece down here. I really think these make absolutely beautiful cards as well. I love them, and they're really not as hard as you think they are, especially when you have a go. I think the first one I did, I got it wrong the first time, and then I tried again, and you know, they're not that difficult at all. So take your card base, and we need to get this stuck in here so it's level on each side, so we've got the same gap, you know. So what I'll do is I'll just start with one side, so peel the tape off, and then roughly I know my gap is probably about that much, which is what, about 3/8 of an inch. So I'm going to stick that in there like that. Then I'm going to peel the tape off this side. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this, okay, and then I'm going to stick it down, and then you can see that gap there is, you know, virtually the same as that gap there, or thereabouts. And then when it opens, and now what you need to do to get it to stay in the place you need it is these, instead of just closing it, get this here, pull this out and pull it like that, yeah, get this one and pull this out to there, so they're both like that. And then when you close it, like that, and then when you open it, it'll be in the correct shape, okay. So just pull them flat like that onto there, and there you go. Beautiful pop-up card. Now for the front, I've got two little shapes. The largest, I think it's the second largest stitched shape, and then the next size down, mint macaron and whisper white. And I'm just going to use best wishes from Blooms and Wishes, and I'm actually going to heat emboss this with some silver powder onto the Whisper White. So, and this is going to be for the front of our card. And oh, where's my little Versamark? I've only got my little one handy, so I'm going to ink this up with Versamark. And I'm going to just stamp this in the middle. Okay. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. And then some silver powder. Here we go. And we'll heat set this with our heat tool. Just let it heat up a little bit. And I've got some tweezers so I don't burn my fingers. Okay. Should be enough. There we go. And if we get some tombow, we can just glue this on to our little mint macaron. Yeah. And then I've also got some of the little doilies here. And what I'm going to do is glue this onto the doily. Just about there. And then I'm going to glue this, get rid of that now. I'm going to glue this onto the front of my card. And I'm just going to put some tombow in the middle of the doily. Okay, and just pop that about there. So that sticks. There we go, and I just think it looks so pretty. And then to finish it off, I've got some can't find me piercing